Greetings, friends. My name is Alexander, and today we're going to talk about presentation about Profixone Capital, or rather about the ProfixHome, the direction in real estate. And the main figure we're going to talk about today is Northern Cyprus. As you can see on the map, the island of Cyprus divided into two parts is Southern Cyprus, which is part of the European Union, and Northern Cyprus, which is not. So why we choose the Northern Cyprus? Firstly, let's talk a little about history. Cyprus was a former English colony back in 1878, but over time, Cyprus gained independence in 1960. After 3 years from that date, in 1963, there was a government crisis in Cyprus because of the hated relations between Greek and Turkish Cypriots. Therefore, in 1983, the Northern Turkish community self-proclaimed itself as Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus. As a result, the island was divided into two pieces. So in fact, when Cyprus became a member of European Union in 2004, only the southern part joined. On the other hand, only Turkey recognized the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus. And nevertheless, the economical and trade relations between other countries and Cyprus on a very high level. And Northern Cyprus continued to develop many sectors, such as infrastructure, international relations, education, and of course, tourism. For example, at this moment, the construction of water pipeline from Turkey to Cyprus almost completed, if we're going to talk about the infrastructure. Also, there's embassies of the European Union, French, USA, Great Britain, Australia. If we talk about the education, Northern Cyprus have 7 universities, including branch of German American University. And at the same time, there's an agreement with other universities from other countries, according to which it's possible to continue the course of study in their country. So in fact, you have to graduate from Cyprus and another country. In addition, you need to know that real estate in Northern Cyprus is much cheaper than real estate in Southern Cyprus. Keep in mind that all of that in the current situation, in the current political situation in Northern Cyprus. Now negotiations are just in a way to either unite Cyprus to make it whole again, or already make the northern part officially and fully recognized and independent. But even now, it's Northern Cyprus, one of the leading countries with the lowest criminality, and it do not lose its status even during the pandemic situation. Cyprus is located in the southeast of the Mediterranean Sea. It's 70 kilometers from Turkey, 95 kilometers from Syria, and 380 kilometers from the shores of Egypt. There's mountains on the island, and of course, since it's an island, there's a sea nearby. The humidity is low on the island. There's no cold weather in Northern Cyprus because of the Kyrenian mountains that protect it from cold winds. Also, the climate itself is favorable for those who suffer from asthma, bronchitis, or other types of diseases associated with breathing. Northern Cyprus also have the longest beach season in the Mediterranean Ocean, from March to November, with constant sun, warm sea, and that's even in winter. So yes, you actually can go on a beach to sunbath for 6 months. That's true. By the way, 55% of the best sandy beaches are located in the northern part of the island of Cyprus. They have a really clean water, no crowd of tourists, and you even can behold a rare event when large green turtles are engaged in laying eggs. So as you understand, there are a lot of investments are made in tourism sector of Northern Cyprus. Right now is 146 objects under construction, and 12 of which are new 5-star hotels. Also, there's a new Aircan International Airport that has been built 3 times larger than the current one. And right now you can see the area I'm talking about. This is a panoramic landscape shot from a drone camera. View of the sea, green expanses, and mountains. This is exactly why people come to Northern Cyprus for. Plus wonderful year-round climate, of course. Okay, let's move to the next topic. How legitimate deals with immovable property or real estate in Northern Cyprus? Firstly, the Profixone Capital Fund has its own law representing the interests of the fund. Secondly, all transactions for the purchase of real estate in Northern Cyprus has been settled by the European Court of Human Rights in 2010. And this solution completely solved this issue. Also, all Greek Cypriots who lost their land in northern part received a monetary compensation or a plot in the Republic of Cyprus that previously belonged to the Turkish Cypriots. And this decision was signed by the leaders of European Union countries, including Greece. And since there particularly no street crime in northern Cyprus, people do not lock their doors, windows, do not afraid for themselves or their property like cars, bicycles at night. Cyprus actually are very friendly people. You can walk in the streets of the city even at night and not afraid for yourself. Also, you don't need to worry about your children when they play outside. And I want to warn you, this is not the place when you can bribe someone like from police department officer or others. There's no corruption in Northern Cyprus. Okay, let's turn back to the map. Here's the Northern Cyprus. The Erkan Airport is located here. From there, you can go to two regions, the Kyrenian Mountains and Kyrenia itself, and the second one is Aishiko region. But on the Aishiko region, there's no mountains, and real estate there is of a more cheaper class. But options located here, here, and there. For our partners with good developers, so coupled with the good climate, you can live, for example, in the city of Kyrenia. It's a sea mountain site, 30 minutes to the airport. You can either live by yourself or rent out if you're, let's say, more interested in investment options. By the way, the choice of options is really diverse. With each partner, it all happens individually. There are villas, apartments of different classes, and everyone can choose their own. Some of you want to move to a permanent place or residence and live in a city. This particular option is a villa with a swimming pool and located within the city. They're within a walking distance to the supermarkets, universities, and post offices, all common places for everyone. Also, this villa is close to the sea. But there's also an option for apartment complexes, first and second floors. This is a studio apartment, so it's a room with a kitchen. But there's a possible options of single bedroom, 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, or even 4 bedrooms. This is such closed complexes, towns, or villages with services personnel who engaged in cleaning territory. And yes, this is a private zone, so there's a video security system. Such complexes are characterized by communal shared tools and terraces. And this is a view from the inside one of the apartment. This is a kitchen. There's a stair to the top where the bedroom located, if this is a single bedroom. If this is a 2-bedroom option, the one will be on a first floor, the second will be on a second floor. Also, it can be a separate villas. It can be on a mountainside, on a seaside, or in a city side, maybe both on a mountain and seaside. But other choices like jacuzzi, like swimming pools, it's selected based on a partner's preferences. And the next complex we're going to talk about, it's built by people who like to live near the mountains. And if you do not have children with you, I will explain it later. This is a complex located in the mountains. And this is a good choice if you need real estate outside of the city. And at the same time, there's only 20 minutes by the car to the sea and the same amount of time to the city center. The company of this complex has been operating for 10 years. The complex has a beautiful panoramic view from a wide range of fields, which was brought from Israel at the very beginning when the company opened its first hotel here. On this slide, we can see that the complex has its own winery, which is logical, they make wine there. And now in all Northern Cyprus, it's the only complex with its own wine production, which also the first reason why there can be kids. They store their wine in the oak barrels. It's also served in a complex restaurant which offer panoramic views. By the way, in this restaurant, there's a chef with 3 Michelin stars. Also, the complex has its own spa, but as I said before, the hotel complex is not suitable for children. Here's a reason why. As you can see on the left side of this slide, this is a hotel side slide, you can see there's a slopes without any partitions, which can be dangerous for children. Therefore, because of that, company that owns the hotel decide to buy a plot of land to build an apartment next to the hotel for families who maybe have a children. They own the owners of the apartment have all the same privileges as the residents of the hotel. Restaurants, spas, swimming pool, apartment maintained by the management company, and other things. In fact, if we're going to talk about the management company, it's very convenient. And also, this slide is a 3D modeling plan of the apartment first and second floor. Also, there's a 3D modeling stage of swimming pools, spa, and restaurant entrance. So we have considered the options in the city of Kyrenia and Kyrenia Mountains right here. But now we can talk about more eastern center. We're going to talk about SNTP. SNTP is the most prestigious part in a region. From here, it's only 18 minutes to the Kyrenia, 30 minutes to the Erican Airport, and 50 minutes to the Aishiko region. As I said, there's a large investment in the Northern Cyprus part, and I want you to understand that there's a choice of areas with different price categories, so you can find the different options depending on your capabilities and your needs. Okay, this is a part of the SNTP International Murin Bay project. It's an architectural, municipal, absolutely approved plan. The bay is designed for 600 boats, and this is also a 5-star hotel located nearby. Now you can see the view from a different angle on a 3D modeling stage. It's a bay itself, the 5-star hotel, and the estimated construction time is about 5 years. The next slide shows us the spacious complex from another developer. As far as I know, there's about 7 objects from this particular developer that has been released. This complex has its own restaurant next to the pool, and in the interesting detail, there's a sunbeds located right in the pool. Also, the feature of the complexes, it's houses afloat with the sea views. But there's also a different type of complex from this developer in a completely different style. This is a combined block of apartments with private pools in each, but at the same time, there's a shared pool. And the complex has its own fitness center, bicycle rental, restaurant, spa, and other entertainment places in one single complex. Here's another interesting option. This is a Sunny Valley complex. It's divided into 2 parts. It's a seaside on the left and the mountainside on the right. Each part has its own villages. I think you understand the concept. The combination of 2 parts allows you to use the entire infrastructure of complexes of Sunny Valley, which can be used by all residents of the apartment. There's a shuttle run between the villages for the comfortable of all citizens. You can walk on the terrace, go to the fitness center, go to the beach, go to the bar, restaurant, or other interesting places like Amphitheater by the Sea. I will tell you about it more later. And all of that in a single community. You will be the part of the community, living in such houses next to the swimming pool, surrounded by botanical gardens, or maybe located in the foothills with a panoramic pool, or maybe on the first line of the seashore. And each complex has its own feature. It can be a small island near the complex, a chapel on the seashore, or an infinity pool. This is slides of previous complexes, but on 3D modeling stage. And as you can see, there's almost no difference between this stage and the real. And good developer acts according to the plan, drawing, and models that were made and shown to the client. Because, you know, when you see the building plan, you see the 3D models, and after the time passed, you see the result, and it turns out to be a completely different building, a different design, infrastructure is, everything is wrong, and you will agree this is not pleasant. Okay, now let's begin with what it gives you by buying a home or investing in real estate with ProfixHome. Firstly, projects and complexes in Northern Cyprus have a cost increase of at least 15% per year. In addition, some of the projects have already exceeded their cost by more than 100% in 4 years. After all, buying a property that is at the level of 3D modeling stage, over time, when infrastructure around is formed and when the building is ready, the cost will certainly increase. So the Profixone Capital Fund is an international division of Profixone brokerage company. The foundation was started in 2021, 15 May, and the official opening was in Dubai on 21 May. The fund operates in asset trust management market using blockchain technologies. The fund owns its own financial technology based on mathematical calculation and operates in the quantum quantitative trading segments. Profixone Capital Fund works with depositors on the basis of the offer. And the fund has launched a smart contract that raises the face token rate by 1% every week. Ethereum blockchain technology provides transparency and user trust. Also, there's a solid percentage in USDT, so there's no bind into the crypto swings because it's not about Bitcoin or other cryptocurrency. And this is automatic compound interest. Of course, if you do not withdraw your profit. So in the cabinet, you can see the Crypto House Northern Cyprus tab. This is choice between a studio, single bedroom or 2 bedrooms or villa. Sometimes people come in planning to take a studio, but over time they may change their mind and take, let's say, single bedroom. But all this is individual, where all suitable options are considered according to your requests. So let's look to a standard example for more understanding the process. Okay, you have entered in the ProfixHome program with a deposit of 70,000 USDT. Your deposit is frozen for 6 months. After the compound interest start work, 1% per week, 4% per month. And in 180 days, your account will have 88,600 USDT. After your deposit has worked for about 5 months, it actually may be even earlier, then manager contacts you and you start choosing an object. At this stage, we have an agreement with developer, so you can come to see everything, feel it personally, check all nearby objects in a list, and choose one from this list. Taking into account, of course, your needs. For example, in which place you want to live, on which side, mountain or sea, whether you rent out the estate or not, what kind of entertainment is needed for you to be nearby. Also, is it worth to highlight one interesting detail in the work of Profixone with Northern Cyprus? it's the ability to talk about installments for a period from 2 to 7 years. Yes, also you can buy an object right away for a full price, usually with a small discount. After all the discussions, you sign the contract. Pay security deposit for a period of 30 days, sometimes 40 days. Naturally, Profixone Fund pays the fee from your deposits, but you sign all contract and all documents yourself on your behalf directly with developer, because you are now the owner of this property. The payment converts USDT from your investment at the rate of pound sterling, because it's the only currency for what we buy the property. It's pound of sterling. The security deposit is non-refundable. It remains with the developer if you change your mind. And after that, a contract is concluded with the lower. After all, you need also to make a registration of the contract of sale in the cadastral register. This is also handled by the lower of the fund. After 30, 40 days, the fund pays from your investment from 25 to 50%. It's based on the offer itself of the cost of the apartment. You sign a contract of sale and you become the owner of the apartment, get your keys and start fortune, if everything is built, of course. Okay, let's give another example. Let's say you want to buy a studio in Cove Garden Phase 2 complex. The studio, it's about 45 meters, plus a terrace of 14 meters with access to private beach. The cost is 72,500 pounds. You have made a deposit of 70,000 USDT. After 6 months, you have 88,600 USDT on your account. And in exchange, it's going to be 65,000 pounds. There in your account, you have chosen an apartment for yourself, pay 1,000 pounds to a lower, and 35% of the cost of the object, depending on the selected plan. And then you pay 65% installment from 2 to 7 years, or you can pay it all at once. So let's say you have 65,000 pounds of sterling in the account, 35% plus a lower. It's turned out to you need to pay 26,375 pounds immediately and 550 pounds a month in installment for 7 years, of course, if you choose. We have 4 payment options. The first option, as I said, is you pay for everything at once. There's a 7.5% discount, not a 10% discount. It was several months ago. It's 7.5 instead of 10. The object have an estimate end of date of construction, and the closer to that date, the higher price will be. We will consider the option that you pay for a more earlier phase. So for the first option, you need to pay 65,250 pounds at once. You sign the contract, all the document, and pay for it. That's all. You get your keys, and you now the owner of the property. The next option is installment for 2 years. You pay 50% immediately, get 5% discount. 50% another is paid for 24 months at 1,425 pounds per month. The third option is a flexible payment plan. 35% of the total amount you pay immediately. Then for 32 months, you pay 793 pounds per month until the end of the construction. And then you pay 1,813 pounds for a period of 12 months. And the last option is 7 years payment plan. You pay 35%, another 35% till the end of the construction, and after 550 pounds for a period of 54 months. Let's take a closer look for the first option. You pay for all amount in one payment, 7.5% discount. You need to top up your account to the required amount and pay everything at once. Except you need to keep in mind that if you spending all the money from investment, you maybe need money for furniture and other needs. The second option is that you have chosen a plan, chosen a place, and take instrument for 2 years. You get 5% discount. The price is 68,875. You pay 50% of the cost, or maybe vary from the offer. It's 34,438. And for 2 years, you pay 1,425 pounds per month. If you look at it like this, you paid the 50%, taking account the commission, and you will have the remaining amount at 30,000 pounds in your account. That continues to bring you 4% per month, 1% per week. And if you want, you can increase your deposit, pay installments, pay out the installment, and at the end you will have some money for additional payment and furniture. Okay, the third option is a flexible payment plan. 72,500 pounds for apartment, 35%. It's first immediately payment. It's 25,375 pounds. Another 35% is paid within 32 months until the end of the construction. It's 793 per month. And then you pay 1,830 each month for the 12 months. After the payment of 35%, taking into account the commissions, law services, and others, you have the remaining 38,000 pounds in your Profixone Fund account. That will bring you monthly the amount of income of 1,520. And the last example is 7-year payment installment plan. The full amount is 80,450 pounds. 25% is immediate payment, 25,375 pounds. Another 25% you will pay until the end of the construction. Then 54 monthly payment for 550 pounds. And you need to know the one important thing. By purchasing an apartment or a studio in one of the complexes, you can use all the services of this complex, like a hotel room where everything is included, but it's your apartment. Swimming pools, bars, spas, cycling camps, various clubs. It can be also some really interesting places like amphitheater by the sea. As I said before, each complex has its own services and entertainment. For example, private beach with a bay for boats, the bay only for people who have rented an apartment, harbor, club for sailing and diving, a chapel on the beach for weddings, various restaurants near the pool, near the beach, DM bars, for example, sport bars, tennis clubs, spa center with gyms, Turkish hammam and indoor pools, bicycle rental club, mountain hiking trails, actually my favorite. One of the complexes even has an organic garden with fruits, vegetables, and berries, rooms and playgrounds for children. Also, you have a club card. It's for owners and they give free passage and discounts. Several complexes, as I know, located even near the only one international golf club in Northern Cyprus, the Carinium. So if you really like to play golf, I recommend you to visit this place. As you understand, there's a paid and free services. For example, the service of renting out your apartment. Yes, for example, you do not live in an apartment permanently, or you do not want to live in this apartment. You buy it for real estate business. You can be recorded in a blank. You pay a small monthly amount for care of the apartment itself, and that's all. It's something about 30 pounds per month. It's also cleaning services, airport transfer services, free shuttles between complexes, bill payments, laundry, car rental services, taxi services, personal shopping services, repair of equipment, inspection and maintenance of apartment in your absence, ventilation, electricity, and water bills. This is usually taken over by the management company. And the management company, which is engaged in service of renting apartments, even if we're gonna look for clients itself, you don't need to worry about it. They do cleaning before and after, they take a security deposits, they do check-in and check-out. Also, they keep in an inventory list of your things. They also provide service of bed and breakfast. As the rule, the average rental will last from 100 to 120 days a year. The climate is conducive to such a period. The average rental income is £8,000, £10,000. This amount may vary depending on the season and location of the property. For example, it's a mountainside or seaside. What's the feeling of the apartments? The types of entertainment nearby. As I know, the C complexes are usually rated better and more expensive. Naturally, such places as restaurants, gyms, bars, swimming pools, in general, all places for common use, they need care. And the management company do what they can. They manage and take care of the gardens, swimming pools, generators, security system, water pumps, and the maintenance bill can be from 80 to 125 pounds per month. Of course, this depends on the complex. Okay, now let's talk about the advantages. First of all is the choice of the real estate of different classes. In the various complexes of Northern Cyprus, there are different places to visit and entertain. You can choose an apartment based on your needs. The legal and notarial registration of documents. Support of the fund's partners at all stages of the transaction. And even after. For example, partners of the foundation engaged in the furniture or paperwork. You can even apply for documents online if you don't have an opportunity to come. Proven real estate partners and crypto house affiliate program. Speaking of which, if you have a new personally invited partners that enter the ProfixHome program for $50,000 or $70,000, you get 3% from that amount. And the partner that now on your first line has a frozen deposit that gives him 1% per week, 4% per month by a smart contract. You get 10% of the amount of 1% per week. And so on up to line 5. On the first line, it's 10%. On the second line, is 5%. On the third line, is 3%. Fourth line is 2%. Fifth line is 1%. Also, for the partners of the fund, it's possible to conduct a 3-day tour with entry into the country without guarantee, to sign a contract, get acquainted with real estate, with breakfast included and free accommodation. And that's the end of our presentation. As I understand, partnership with the foundation is interesting to absolutely different people with their own goals and ambitions. Some of you want to move with your own family. Someone wants to go study in the university. Someone just wants to do real estate. There's an individual offer for everyone. Besides, it's your opportunity to see the world. My name is Alexander. Thank you for your attention. Have a pleasant day and see you next time.